Kia ora team, welcome to another video on Google Classroom, and tip number 4 out of 5 ways to use Google Classroom to increase student engagement and hopefully self-responsibility. The tip number 4 is to use the turn-in feature to create waypoints and check-ins for formative assessment. So I'm going to jump straight into our Teacher Only Day demo classroom, and as you can see from earlier videos, we've got 4 different topics with all the learning activities and assessments, and the assessments each student will get a copy of. So there's 3 different ways that we could offer formative assessment, and we're just going to go through those examples now. So the first thing we could do is we could actually set different assignment dates, and actually rather than setting a final assignment date, actually get students to turn in on a more regular basis so that they lose the editing rights and can view only that file. And it will give you as the teacher the opportunity to post anything, add any comments, private comments, or use the grading system. We'll go through that in just a mo. So we've updated when we'd like our formative assessment opportunity to happen, so students to turn in a little bit sooner than the final assessment date. And the first way we could do it would be to actually jump straight into their Google Doc and actually comment alongside some of their work. And so we can do that by highlighting a word or an image in the text and using the comment bubble. So I'm obviously giving some really valuable formative feedback and not exactly motivational, but the student will see that the next time they log in and open their work, and they may choose to reply or to resolve that. To resolve the comment doesn't mean it disappears, it just is minimized up into the comments corner here, and so we'll have a history of our comment conversation on that document. Or we could choose to delete or reopen that comment so it appears alongside again. Or as I said, delete at any time. So that's how you comment inside a Google document. Obviously, if you're working on a Google Doc, slideshow, or spreadsheet, then that's really useful, but it might not always be appropriate. You might be uploading things like video evidence or photographic imagery. So to offer feedback in that form, we could go to the individual students, and they would all be in a list down the page here with their documents. We have the opportunity down the bottom of the Google Classroom window to provide a private comment to that student. They'll get a notification when a comment is posted, and they also have the right to reply as well. It's a good way to get a learning conversation going without necessarily diving into the documents themselves. And as I said, if it's images or video, it's an easier way of providing some annotation and feedback on that. The last way we could provide formative assessment opportunities in Google Classroom, when students turn in their work, we might be able to give them signposted grades. So the grading function in Google Classroom is quite limited and based on kind of 100 points or any point scale really, or completely ungraded, so the work's not marked at all. So what we could do is actually change the point system to say 3 or 4 points and assign a value to a grade such as a not achieved, achieved, a merit, and excellent. So in a 3-point system, 0 would be you're heading for a not achieved, 1 point for achieved, 2 for merit, and 3 for excellence. So in this case, this student hasn't done any work towards their assessment, and as you saw in the document, they hadn't actually even put their name on the assessment yet. So at this stage, I'm signposting to them that they're heading for that not achieved by giving them that 0 out of 3. Once an assessment is turned in, you can return that student to those students at any time, and editing can commence. A student can also voluntarily unsubmit assignment work. And what you'll see in your grade book for Classroom is the opportunity to download all that, and it will have that data history of submission, etc. So that's kind of, in a nutshell, 3 different ways that we can provide formative assessment opportunities using Google Classroom. Thanks very much for watching.